I'd love to share something that happened to me just 10 minutes ago, and I'm super excited about it. I was just talking to some ladies that set up a booth. They were sharing some information about stroke and stroke prevention. We got to chatting, and I shared some of my stories. I shared that I recently came across a friend of mine who at only 40 years old, just suffered a stroke and has some brain injury. I also shared how, as a teenager, my own grandmother suffered a stroke right there in the doctor's office. And number three, I shared a story that I'll never forget. And I told them that I used to be a news reporter, and I did a story on someone named Arnie for the Heart and Stroke Foundation a long time ago. The organizer just piped up and said, "Oh, I know Arnie, and I know that story. That was you?" Now, I'm shocked by this comment because I said to her, I did that piece over a decade ago. So how do you know about this story? And she said, "Oh, well, I know Arnie's story from the Heart and Stroke." She goes, "You did that piece?" And I said, I don't know, maybe. Where did you see it? Because very well, there could have been more than one story done on Arnie. But the point is she said that she's been with the Heart and Stroke organizations for a very long time. And so she said she only knows of one piece on him. So chances are it might have been the one that I did. I don't know that for sure, but I told her that she made my day. And I'll tell you why. Even though I was a news reporter and the stories were assigned to me, I was somebody who always wanted the human interest stories. I always wanted to tell stories of human inspiration and personal development and triumphs and struggles and overcoming challenges. And Arnie was just somebody who stood out in my mind as someone who went through a stroke and spent time volunteering to give back. It's a story that I won't forget. And apparently that story carried over a decade later from a tiny news station to right here, right now in a conversation I had 10 minutes ago. I'm excited because I feel like if you continue on your path that's authentic to you, and if I continue on my path of who I am and what I value, timing is not a factor. That how we impact another person, we have no idea what the ripple effect might be and when. This was just a small example, a news story that was done a long, long time ago. But who knows, in that time, who might have seen it? And in my case today, this lady saw that. And I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. A couple of years ago, I had a similar thing happen to me, and I was just merely walking around a trade show, and I saw an organization. It was a women's organization that helped me a long time ago, and I approached them and I said, "You guys helped me a long time ago, and I want to thank you for it." And she asked me my name, and she said, "I know who you are." She said, "You're the author. You're the author of that book." And she loves the book. And that's when I knew that it doesn't really matter where we came from. I was seeing myself as that previous client a long time ago who sought help, but she didn't know me from that. She knew me as the author of the book that she said she loves because she helps abused women. And I'm a little choked up telling you that story because when I wrote my book, I was hoping to help women who've suffered from abuse. And I've often said that I wrote the book that I wish I had. And wow, am I ever getting choked up here. To have her know who I was, but not as the former client, but as someone who now helps abused women, was very, very humbling. Just this morning, just to show you, I'm just gonna pull out my phone here. I got this message, and it's from someone I know. I won't give any personal details, but it's a woman I know of who was going through a bit of a difficult time last fall. And I sent her a message in part that says, I just wanted you to know that I think you're an incredible, strong person. You're awesome. Hope you have a great day. Smiley face. I didn't hear back from her about it. I've seen her around, but I hadn't had any response from it. I never thought about it. And just this morning, I get this message from her, and it said, wow, it's amazing how God works. I didn't see your message until today, and today I need your kind words more than ever. Thank you so much. I was so grateful that she got that message in whatever timing she was meant to hear it. I sent that back in September, and it's now February. But somehow she got what she needed at the time that she needed it. And I'm so, so happy that that happened. Like I say, I'm a little choked up just from some of these things that just happened, but I'll encourage you, as I'm also encouraging myself, to just keep being who you are and keep being the best version of yourself and being of service, whatever that might look like. It could be just a simple text message to someone who you'll never know what that might mean to them at the time, even months later. In my case, that story or the book, those are some professional choices I made, but there are choices I'm sure that you can make in your life, and you have no idea what impact that might have on someone else, and you don't know when. I've learned to trust a little bit more, trust the timing of the universe or whatever you're believing in. This ripple effect has no bounds. I'm hoping that this message receives you at a time when you need to hear it as well. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.